Hey, it's James. What I want to do today is give you my honest, raw, authentic experience making money online. I've been making money online full-time for about 6 years now. I'm 24 years old. I started when I was 18, and I started well before it was cool, before it was on TikTok and YouTube and it was the big thing. I started when it was a very, very small community, and I've been doing this for long enough to feel like I have a good enough opinion and experience to kind of give you my thoughts about the online space, making a living online, not having a normal job, and ultimately, whether you should do it or not, that's gonna be up to you. Now, before I go into some of the biggest things that I wanna share with you that I think are quite interesting, I wanna make sure that you look at this through the right lens. Now, a lot of people look at making money online as I'm gonna build this business, and it's great, and that's part of it. But really, making money online, if I give you my thoughts on it, is really just stacking a bunch of different skills as you go. One of my first mentors, he told me this saying, and as cheesy it is, he says, skills pay the bills. And so, for example, if you know how to sell, that's a skill. And if you can sell, you can make money. If you know how to run ads on social media, that's a skill, you can use that to make money. If you know how to find products or create products that people would want to buy, that's a skill that you can use to make money. So it's fair to say that the more of these skills that you stack, the more money you can make and the better you're gonna be. And so when I talk about making money online, I'm talking about learning as many skills as possible so that you have the best chances of succeeding online. And so these last 6 years has just basically been me learning a bunch of skills nonstop and applying them to different businesses as I go, whether that's consulting, whether that's e-commerce, whether that's digital marketing, it could be running an agency, it could be anything. But learning skills and applying them to business, that's what I believe making money online is and the road to do so. Whatever skills you pick, that's up to you. In my opinion, if you're a beginner, the best thing you can do is learn the skill of selling products online, whether that's through organic methods like we teach, how to go out there and make your first 3, 5, 10 grand a month profit without spending money on ads, building stores, just a simple, lean system, or building some sort of Shopify store, scaling it up, running ads, building a brand. That's another great path as well. But the best skills you can learn are the ones related to selling products online. And we'll talk about that in other videos. Now, as I said, skills pay the bills. And so I got into the game and I started learning skills, started applying them to business, and I started making money around the age of 18, early 19. Now, as a result of all of this, I've learned a few things. Number one, making money online, in my opinion, isn't something that's a nice to have. I believe it's necessary. Think back to 2020, when that big bug came flying around and wreaked havoc all across the earth. What we learned is that full-time safe jobs aren't so safe. They can be ripped out from underneath you like nothing ever existed there in the first place. And so during that period, the majority of people had to sit at home, wait around for a year or so, getting some government support here and there, but their job was gone. And for some people, they were never able to go back to that job because the company collapsed in the midst of everything that happened. Whether it's that or whether it's the increased cost of living, at least here in Australia, the cost of living, the rental crisis is getting insane. And so if you're only making 4, 5, 6 grand a month, even 7, 8 at a really good job, really it's not enough. If you really want to be able to afford the things that you want, have a decent, modest, enjoyable lifestyle, and still be able to save and still look at retiring and still be able to do the traveling you want. Making money online isn't optional. I believe it's 100% necessary. Because if you can't get enough money to fund your lifestyle in a safe, secure, sustainable way from your job, or it can, but it could be taken out from you under your feet at any point, well then what other option do you have? You need to learn how to take some time at the end of your day or in the morning or on your work shift, on your lunch break to hit the laptop, use a skill or two that you've learned to make some extra money online. That is so necessary. And what that means is if you ever end up in a situation where you can't work, you get injured, your company that you work for shuts down, you're not in a position where it's over, you're in a position where you go, oh, well, I know these 3 skills, I know exactly what to do, I'm gonna get onto my laptop, I'm gonna work and instead surpass the amount of money I was making at that job in the first place. Learning the skills of making money online gives you that freedom, and in my opinion, it is so, so important. People can't afford to live without it. The second thing that I learned is learning the first skill or getting that first business out there. That is like the first domino, and that domino is the biggest one. The first thing that you do, the first skill that you learn, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's sales, whether it's digital marketing, whatever it may be, the biggest thing is that first one is going to be the hardest one. It's going to take the most amount of energy and effort to push over and get going. But once that first one happens, once you make that first sale online, you get that taste, everything changes. It's like the dominoes just start to fall. And as long as you don't stop putting in the work, it's pretty hard to slow down that momentum. In fact, you may have heard that saying where they say that going from 0 to 100K is the hardest part, but going from 100K to 1 million is the easiest part. And as silly and out of touch as that may sound to some people who maybe haven't done this stuff before, it is so damn true, because that first, say, 0 to 100K, what that is you going through the learning process and you failing and getting these skills and getting stronger and understanding things. And once you get that point and you're starting to see some traction, then growing it is just a case of getting better, doing a bit more, being smarter about the decisions that you're making, marketing more, advertising more, tweaking things, optimizing things. The bulk of it's just done in learning that first skill and getting that first domino over. And then once that's going, you can ride that wave as long as you want to and as far as you want to. So the lesson there is just start, because the sooner that you start, the sooner you're gonna get to that domino effect. And the third thing is, don't listen to the naysayers. This is a big one. In fact, I was talking to a new student the other day, and he was somebody in his mid-40s, and he was talking to a bunch of his friends at work and some of his family members about how he really wanted to start an online business to help fund some things for his children and his family. And guess what? This guy is smart. This guy has business acumen. He's a really switched on guy. But guess what? He went to his other friends and other coworkers and said this. And guess what they said? It's a scam, it's a pyramid scheme, it's not real, it's all fake, it's all glamorous, it's all just TikToks, it's not actually real. And these are people in this office that are supposedly smart at business, smart at how the world works, and they couldn't be further from the truth. At least here in Australia, we have this thing called the tall poppy syndrome. And if you haven't heard of it, what it means is that when we have a level playing field, everyone wants to sort of be around the same level, be around the average, be around the mean. This is what we should be. And if one person decides, I want to grow a little bit higher, I want to be a taller poppy, I want to be more, I want to try more, I want to achieve more, what happens is everyone else just goes, no, I'm going to cut you down, I'm going to cut you down to size. Because at least here in Australia, a lot of the time, people don't want to believe that you can do better. They don't want to be open about the idea of doing something new, doing something bolder. And so what happens is naysayers or the tall poppy syndrome starts to kick in, and you start to receive a lot of negativity. And so when I started out, I got a ton of negativity. I got so many hate comments. I got so many friends and family who would say to me, this isn't gonna work, this isn't real. And guess what? It's not their fault. The biggest thing is that they just don't understand what it is. Because if they just gave it a shot like you are right now, you're watching this video, you know that if you just give it a crack and you do the work and you get the right help, you can achieve results and you can achieve success. But if they haven't done it before, then it's only in their nature to either want to cut you down to make themselves feel better about themselves, or if they care about you like a family member, it's to keep you safe because they don't understand what it is you're doing. Now, luckily, I didn't listen to that, and luckily, you're not gonna listen to that, but you would be surprised how many great people have actually listened to those voices and never actually started. So expect naysayers, expect tall poppy syndrome, expect people are gonna be in your ear saying this is a dumb idea, but as soon as you start to make money online, they shut up really quickly and start asking you how. And the last point that I want to make is, after all these years making money online, building businesses, and achieving what a lot of people will call success, whatever you want to call that, the biggest thing I've found is that you aren't really the one working on your business, as weird as that sounds. Your business works on you. Because as you go through this period of learning skills and trying things and succeeding and failing and meeting people and making money and losing money and going through this process, of course, if you have a good coach and you have the right tools, you're gonna get there a hell of a lot faster, maximize the amount of money you make and not really lose anything. You do it smart, a hell of a lot more of an easier ride than say I had. But the bottom line is that regardless, as you go, there are going to be bumps. There are gonna be points in the road, in the journey where you're gonna go, oh, is this worth it? I'm stressed, I'm frustrated, I'm annoyed, I can't sleep. We go through these parts. As a result of the freedom that we get and the money that we make, it's great, but there's also a cost to it. And so all that stress and the frustration that we can go through as a result of learning these skills and building a business, what's really cool is as you push through it and as you go through that, that's your business working on you. It's challenging you. It's seeing if you're gonna crack. And the reason I believe this is because as you come out of those more challenging seasons, you come out a better person. Some of the best people that I've ever met, the strongest, boldest, most caring, most giving, most reliable people I've ever met have been people who are entrepreneurs in this space, because they've gone through the highs and they've gone through the lows. And as a result, they've come out the other side stronger, bolder, more intelligent, more caring, more empathetic. They have a higher sense of self. They know what they're capable of. They're not scared of failing. They're not scared of rejection. They know that the best things in life come with a bit of work and a bit of challenge. And so as a result of doing the business starts to shape them and make them better. And that's been one of the greatest things, at least in my opinion, about running a business, because I've seen that in my life time and time again. Starting an online business, making money online, the journey has been phenomenal. It's changed my life. I wouldn't change it for the world. Of course, I've had a bit of a bumpier ride earlier on than say you might, because I didn't have the coaching and the tools that say my students have today. But the bottom line is, even with the highs and even with the lows, as we start to make our way, Wouldn't change it for the world. Making money online, if you learn how to do it and you get the skills, is one of the best things that you could ever do for yourself. And if you're on the fence about doing it, just give it a crack. What do you got to lose? That'll be today's video. I hope you got some value out of that. Again, if you've got any questions, any thoughts, any feedback, anything you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below. I'm in there reading them myself personally. And I hope you have an amazing day. Talk to you soon.